What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Dark Phoenix. So at New York Comic Con, which is happening this current weekend, there's some pretty cool information going about. So I will be covering various stories from New York Comic Con that's come out this weekend. So what's interesting is the Dark Phoenix movie was originally called X-Men Dark Phoenix, was supposed to come out this year, and now it's been delayed next year. Now, no one knows, is this due to the merger? Is this due to Fox being bought out by Disney? No one knows that. I just presume they want to make the movie perfect before they release it. And I really do love the X-Men movies. This is an X-Men movie, even though they're calling it Dark Phoenix. So guys, we do have a competition going on the channel. All you gotta do is answer the question down below. When will the X-Men first appear in the MCU, and what movie will it be in? So some interesting information has come out about Dark Phoenix. Brandon Davis from comicbook.com had this to say: I just watched nearly 50 minutes of the X-Men Dark Phoenix and I'm sold. I'm buying a ticket. The Phoenix Force can really work in this one. The opening scenes show the X-Men team at a fluid work. The world leaves them and they have their own divides. I love it. So after this, certain outlets were reporting detailed description of what happened within these 14 minutes of the footage that was shown to people at New York Comic Con. I'm not sure if it was shown to everyone or just media people. You know how these kind of things work. I was going to go to this event, but sadly it would mean me having to jump on the plane for 10 hours, so I couldn't make it this year, but hopefully I will get out to either New York Comic Con next year or San Diego Comic Con. So careful for spoilers, because it is kind of spoilery in a way, but it is only the first 14 minutes. So it reads like this: in the Dark Phoenix footage, the X-Men are an established team at this point in time already. When the NASA space shuttle Endeavour gets knocked off course in space, the United States President calls Professor X on an X-Men branded landline phone in order to receive the team's help. While Hank is doubtful the X-Jet will be able to get to space and voice these concerns to Professor X, the team ultimately goes on a rescue mission as led by Raven, who has reservations of her own that Jean Grey asked her about. Once in space, Raven directs the other members of the team on how their powers to save the NASA shuttle crew from where their ship is, trapped spinning nearby a red-orange energy mass. Cyclops' weapon is specifically fitted on the Q-Jet for his powers to blast the shuttle and make it stop spinning. Then the Nightcrawler transports Quicksilver inside the shuttle and rescues the crew, all while Storm plugs holes in the shuttle hull with ice. Although the X-Men are able to save the shuttle team, their captain gets left behind. Raven wants to cut their losses since the energy mass is about to emit a deadly solar flare. But Professor X demands the team leaves no one behind. So Nightcrawler transports Jean to the ship where she holds it together while he retrieves the human captain. However, Nightcrawler doesn't make it back to Jean in time and is only able to get the human to safety, leaving Jean behind in a shuttle. When it's hit by the solar flare, Jean absorbs the energy from what's described as a solar flare. We know this is Dark Phoenix. Come on guys, we know this. Then another flare threatens the X-Jet, but Jean manages to redirect it and absorbs the second flare as well. While Jean is absorbing the energy, the scene briefly cuts to Professor X feeling through Jean's mind when what's happening once she absorbs all the energy. Nightcrawler recovers her and it's clear the X-Men believe her to be dead, but Jean is still alive. The X-Men take her home where she is fine. After the mission, Raven and Professor X get into an argument about taking too many risks to save humans' life. He says mutants are one bad day away from being hunted again, and that the X-Men being a beacon of good is important to keep the mutants safe. Raven ends the argument by dropping a few sniggers about how the women on the team are always saving the men, and maybe Professor X should change the name to X-Woman. Now that's kind of funny and true. Although the scenes showcase a fully utilized X-Men team and how exactly Jean does go on to become the Phoenix, none of the footage revealed what come next for the group. So it's kind of interesting. It gives you an insight, and overall comments are people are looking forward to it. It just seems like they don't want to mess up this movie. It went on to say that Jean Grey and the X-Men team as a whole are coming across really good, so viewers can expect the movie to play a more dramatic element of the Dark Phoenix Saga storyline from the comic books. But as evidenced by the footage that's screened, the Dark Phoenix will also include plenty of science fiction elements, while it ultimately a better adaptation of a comic book story, and it's gonna hit next summer. So I presume the reshoots, we don't know if they are actually extended, but it seems like they're just putting more kind of empathy. They're trying to make the movie perfect. The fact that they are actually going into space and we're gonna see how Jean Grey actually gets the Phoenix Force is going to be pretty cool. I'm a bit disappointed though, because I was really looking forward to actually seeing this movie sooner rather than later. But if they do take longer to make a better movie, then I'm all for that. So anyway guys, please like, subscribe and comment. And like I said, I will be reporting on more informative based videos about what happens at New York Comic Con this weekend. Anyway guys, I will catch you in that next video later on tonight. Catch you later.